Hey, before this video begins, I would just like to quickly point out that 26.7% of you guys aren't actually subscribed to this channel. So how about y'all change that by subscribing to this channel today, as well as turning on the notification bell. I'm currently on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and I would genuinely appreciate it if you all helped me get there before the year ends, cause I don't know if I will or not. Also, make sure to like the video in order for me to make a ton more just like it. Now then, with all of that out of the way, let's get straight into the video.
Okie-dokie.
Hey guys, Luigi here, and welcome back to a brand new video today, and today we are doing yet another tier list video. So, this one in particular is actually one I've been wanting to do for quite a while, ever since I uploaded the Sonic Games tier list in late 2019. And I bet you're probably wondering, oh, what is this magical tier list video I've been wanting to do for that long? Well, if you can't tell by what is on screen, today we are going to be doing a Kirby Games tier list. And not just any Kirby Games tier list, but we are going to be doing one of every single Kirby game. I'm saying that as if I didn't do that with the Mario and Sonic ones either. So as you can see right here, I have all of the games listed, apart from the ones that are like Japanese exclusive and stuff like that, and maybe some other things as well that I'm not aware of. And clearly the tier list maker isn't aware of either. If that is any, I don't know. Why do my intros suck? But yeah, those who know me know that I am a pretty big Kirby fan, and I can pretty much say that I've played most of these for the most part, aside from a few like this one for the Game Boy Color, which I never got to touch, and yeah, stuff like that. But a lot of these overall, I have played, so I think this is going to be a very fun video. But before I continue on, I might as well show you guys all of the tiers and stuff. For those who aren't aware of how this usually works, Pingas approved is, well, the games that I consider to be my all-time favorites. For this list in particular, I'm only going to limit it to just 3 games. You'll figure out what those are as we go along. A tier is really good. B is good. C is it's okay. D is and then trash is trash. I haven't played enough of the self-explanatory. I've never played in my lives. Returning from the Mario Games tier list video is, well, self-explanatory as well. So yeah, with all of that introduction out of the way, let's go ahead and get this video started. First off with Kirby's Dream Land 3, which I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say I have not beaten this one. The only thing I really know about this one is it has kind of like a coloring book aesthetic, along with, this is actually the first game that introduced Zero. Not to be confused with Zero 2, which comes later in Kirby 64, but Zero, you know, the one where you like shoot him long enough, his fucking eyeball like sprouts from out of his socket, and you gotta fight like a bloody eyeball in a Kirby game, no less. So I'd give it a solid B tier. It's a pretty good game. Not much else to say. Again, I don't remember how far I got in it. All I remember is like you gotta do some like tasks for certain animals and stuff to like get crystal hearts and stuff. So yeah, that's basically my experience with Kirby's Dream Land 3. Now moving on to Kirby's Dream Land for the Game Boy. I actually have a lot of history with this one because I remember I did download it for the Nintendo 3DS eShop for the Virtual Console and stuff, and I played the hell out of it. Like, I played this so much. Like, it was kind of like my secondary to Mario 1, where Mario 1 was a game that I would just randomly boot up and play whenever. Kirby's Dream Land for the original Game Boy was also one of those games. It's a very simple game in nature. It doesn't really have copy abilities like the future games do, which means that it's a lot more simpler to play. It's also like black and white, given it's a Game Boy game and stuff, so it doesn't look as visually appealing as some of the later games. But overall, it's a very, very chill game to just sit down and play. I'm honestly gonna give it an A tier just because of that. Like, what can I say? I have a lot of nostalgia for this one. I played this so much on the 3DS eShop, so yeah. So I'll give Kirby's Dream Land an A, despite its simplicity. I still think it's pretty good overall. Kirby Star Stacker. I'm trying to recall which one this is. I think Star Stacker is the one where Kirby's a ball and he's got to like destroy he's got to like, you got to destroy these lines or whatever. Or is that Block Ball? I never played either of these, so I'm just gonna throw them in. I've never played in my lives. Same with all of the 3DS eShop Kirby games, not just 3DS, but Wii U and Switch eShop Kirby games. I've never actually played any of these. I know a lot of them are based off of a minigame scene in Triple Deluxe and possibly Planet Robobot as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw these and never played all of the eShop exclusive stuff. And I think that's it. Moving on to a game I actually have played. Kirby's Canvas Curse. I don't remember too much about this game. I'm honestly going to throw it in. I haven't played enough of. because I did play this, like, emulated on my tablet and stuff. I will say, based off of the gameplay I've seen of it, it does look pretty creative, but I've also heard some not so great things about it too, though I haven't played enough of it to really properly judge it, so I'm gonna throw it there for now. Kirby 64. For those unaware, I did a stream series of this back in 2021, and I played through the game 100% and finished off against 0-2 and everything. Because this game has 0-2, it's automatically going to Pingas approved. Are you proud of me, 0-2? He's not answering me. I think that tells me everything I need to know. But in all seriousness, though, I'm honestly going to throw Kirby 64 either high tier B or kind of low tier A. It's a good game, no doubt, and I really like the 0-2 fight and just the music in general. I also really like the combination copy abilities, which one of the later games would eventually take from this game. I believe it was Star Allies that would take that feature and do something with that. But yeah, this is a game that introduced that feature, and I really like it overall, but I will say a lot of the crystal shards are kind of difficult to get and really confusing at times. Like, some of the power-up combinations are like very fucking wacky and bizarre, and trying to get some of the crystal shards with them is very weird. Like, there is this one where you had to like climb up a wall when you're like stone. I literally had to look that up in order to figure that out. Like, you could watch back the stream footage to find out. But just as a game overall, I'm gonna throw it at low tier B for now, but I might move it up later because I know a lot of people really like this one, and I really like it as well. Moving on, Kirby Squeak Squad. I actually never finished this game in its entirety, but I did play through enough to really get the general hang of it. I'll be honest with you, I think this is a C-tier game. The reason I'm saying that is I don't know what it is. From what I remember of this game, it uses the same exact art style, same exact sprite work as Kirby and the Amazing Mirror and Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland. However, because it's on the Nintendo DS, everything looks so spaced out, and there's a lot of open space, at least in my opinion, in the environment. And the new copy abilities in this one I don't think are that good. Animal's fine, but then there's also Stone Kirby, which kind of sucks. I kind of like the Ghost one, although it doesn't do a whole lot. It just lets you possess the enemies and do stuff with them. That's kind of cool. I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot of open space, and just the fucking touchscreen stuff, like where Kirby has to store items and stuff, I always found was kind of weird. It's decent for what it's worth, but I don't know, in comparison to the other Kirby games, in my opinion, I think it's definitely a C tier. Moving on, Kirby Superstar. I'm gonna throw this in B tier because I'm gonna throw the sequel higher. Spoiler alert, I like Superstar Ultra better than Kirby Superstar. Obviously you know that if you watch my Let's Play. Oh, what? Anyway, to briefly explain why I like the remake better, I don't know. I think the controls in the original aren't as good as the remake, and I like the new content in the remake better, but when it comes to the original, one thing I also really don't like about the intro... One other thing I really don't like about the original is the fact that every time you try to start up a new game, it automatically plays its tutorials regardless of whether you say no to them or not. I had no idea why that was the case, but overall, my rambling aside, I'm going to throw this just under Kirby 64 for now, and that's where it's going to go. It's a good game, don't get me wrong. I just think the remake's a lot better. Moving on, Kirby Mass Attack. This, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated Kirby games. I loved this game when I was younger. I never beat it. The farthest I got was World 3. I got to the King Dedede fight, and then I didn't beat it. Kirby's Mass Attack always really stood out to me because unlike the other Kirby games, there's really no copy abilities to speak of in this one, and there's really no D-pad controls or fucking analog stick controls in this either. You basically control this game with your stylus, and you have to like maneuver 10 Kirbys around, and I'll admit it can get a little tedious at times, especially if you're playing for too long, but overall I think it's a really fun game, and I think it really stands out in the franchise. Also, I really love the minigames in this one. Like, there's a space shooter minigame that is fucking fantastic. Like, I think you fight a nightmare at the end of it too, which is really cool. There's also this RPG Kirby minigame that I really love. Another cool thing about this game as well that I haven't brought up yet is it actually has references to Kirby Right Back At You in it. Like, they have the nightmare sales guy in the space shooter minigame, and then they have Escard Goon in the RPG one, I believe. So there's a lot of cool references and just cool stuff in general, and the minigames are fucking fantastic. So I don't know where else to put this other than top of B tier for now. I might move this up to A along with Kirby 64. We'll see. I'm not trying to like throw every game in the highest tier as possible, you know. Alright, Kirby Superstar Ultra is going to be our first Pingas approved. I fucking love this game. Those who saw my Let's Play would know. It just, for the most part, does everything right. Everything you'd want out of a Kirby game. Like, it takes what the original did and it like improves it tenfold. It adds so many new modes that are really cool. I really like Meta Nightmare Ultra. It's one of my favorite modes in the Kirby series. I really like Revenge of the King. It's cool. I like how they bring back a lot of the enemies from the hard mode of the original Kirby's Dream Land, which I never actually played the hard mode of Kirby's Dream Land. I really like some of the small improvements too, like giving a map at the bottom of the screen for when you're playing the Great Cave Offensive. It makes that mode so much easier than it was in the original. I feel like the controls are a lot better in the remake too in comparison to the original. I don't see how I can't put it in Pingas approved. Now whether it will be the top or not remains to be seen, but as of right now, Kirby Superstar Ultra is a fucking fantastic experience. I love playing this game whenever I get the chance. It is so damn good, like sincerely. God, is it amazing. Nightmare in Dreamland is another really good one as well. For those who aren't aware, Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland is a remake of the original Kirby's Adventure for the Nintendo Entertainment System. And overall, I also like the remake better than the original in this case as well, because the original, although it's a great game in its own right, does have a lot of slowdown issues that does fuck me up from time to time. Just going based off of that, I'm going to go ahead and throw Nightmare in Dreamland top of A for now. I don't think I'm going to move it up to Pingas approved. I think I have 2 other games that would specifically fit that category better. Generally a really fantastic experience. I love playing this game. Meta Nightmare mode is also really good in this one too, although I like it better in Ultra. But this is where it was introduced. The Meta Nightmare mode was introduced in Nightmare in Dreamland. I think it's really fun. I really like the sub-games as well. Better than the ones in the original. Now, if there is one negative thing I had to say about Nightmare in Dreamland, it's that the hard mode, and I'm talking about one specific level, was fucking abysmal for me to play through, because I remember when I was doing the Let's Play of Nightmare in Dreamland back in 2016. Don't watch that, by the way, unless you want to see the origin of the clip. My original plan with that Let's Play was after I finished the main mode, I was going to do the Meta Nightmare mode as a separate side little Let's Play thing. But when I was playing through hard mode, I got stuck on this one level, and you guys might know the one. You know the one. You fall down a pit, and you gotta light a fuse on fire, but fucking Waddle Dees keep falling on you, so you keep losing your ability. And the thing is, with hard mode, it only gives you 3 slivers of health, so just doing that over and over and over was abysmal. So yeah, if there's any reason why I'm not playing this game in Pingas approved, that's why. Probably one of the Kirby games I've played the most over the years, to be honest with you. But moving on from that, we have Kirby's Dream Course, which I have never played in my lives. Up next, I believe this is Kirby's 20th anniversary. It's really hard to rank this as a game itself, because it's more so just a compilation including all the other games. So I guess I'm gonna rate this based off of the fact that it's a compilation and what it does right and what it does wrong. I'd honestly put it in A tier. I think it's fair. It's genuinely a really good compilation. It has a lot of stuff. It even allows you to watch like 3 episodes of Kirby Right Back At You in it, which for those who don't know, Kirby Right Back At You is that one show that I fall asleep to every night, and it's one that I reference constantly, and you could probably tell based off of the characters in my plush. But yeah, I'm not going to put it any higher than Nightmare in Dreamland and Kirby's Dream Land, though, because it's just a collection. But still, it's definitely an A-tier collection on top of that, so I'll throw it there. Alright, moving on from that, we have Kirby's Dream Land 2, which I have not played too much of. From what I have played, I can gather that it's low B. I think from an objective standpoint, it's probably better than the original, but I just find the original, and this is my thing with the original Mario 2, I find Kirby's Dream Land to be easier to pick up and play. Like, Kirby's Dream Land 2 has a bit more going on, but Kirby's Dream Land, it's such an easy game to just pick up and play and just learn in like a few seconds and then just breeze through. Like, Kirby's Dream Land 2 has a bit more going on, whereas Kirby's Dream Land only has like 5 areas. I don't know, just based off what I played, I'll throw it in B tier, a low tier B. It's good. It's good. I'll give it that. It's good, but not one of my personal favorites. Moving on, we have Kirby's Adventure, which is a great game, genuinely. However, I do prefer Nightmare in Dreamland, so I'm going to throw it in B, but I'm going to throw it at top of B, and I'm going to move Mass Attack and Kirby 64 not all the way up there. Kirby's Adventure going top of B simply because, although it's a fantastic game, I feel like Nightmare in Dreamland improves on pretty much everything the original does. Not only that, but again, the slowdown that happens with this game is... Moving on, Kirby's Air Ride is a game I have not played at all, so I'll throw it there. I might stream that eventually, I don't know. Kirby's Avalanche is just Puyo Puyo rescan, similar to Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, so I don't have much else to say, and I've never played it, so I've never played it in my lives. It goes. Next up, we have Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. I actually streamed this last year, too. Fun fact for those who aren't unaware. During one of the streams, I believe it was the second one, I did a Kirby and the Amazing Mirror of my playthrough. I had a debate with fucking Hunter Avalanche. Hunter Avalanche. let that sink in. As for the game itself, bro, I love this game, dude. I played this game so much back in 2016 on my tablet and stuff. I was never good at it, and I couldn't figure out how to progress very far. But just exploring the map and like calling all of the other Kirbys to like to move stuff for you, and just watching them like die over and over and over because sometimes they were like really dumb. The AI for them was really dumb and they didn't know what to do half the time. I can't throw this any lower than A tier. I love this game. I honestly might throw it higher than Nightmare in Dreamland. I don't know. Going with my gut reflex, I'm gonna go ahead and put it just under, but still, really great game. Really recommend it. It's so good, so fun. It's very unique too because it's more like a Metroidvania type game. Definitely recommend it. 100%. Love that one. This one I cannot play, and I've never played it, so I'm gonna throw in never played in my lives. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. Now, unlike Canvas Curse, I actually have played a fair bit of this one. And what do I think of it? It's a game, alright. Based off of my first impressions with it when I played it all the way back when I first got it and whatever fucking year it came out in. It's decent. That's about it. Aesthetically, it's really cool with the claymation effect and everything. It's just one of those games that just like kind of exists and not much else. I'm honestly feeling C tier down here with Squeak Squad and probably just under it. Again, I wouldn't consider it bad by any means. It's just in comparison to everything else. It's not one I would really go out of my way to seek. So I'll throw it there. Moving on from a game that exists, let's move on to a game that is very amazing. I really love this game. Kirby's Return to Dreamland is fan-freaking-tastic. I also streamed this in 2021 for those that don't remember. This was one of the games I played the most when I was younger on the Wii and stuff, and I loved it so much. You can't go wrong with Kirby's Return to Dreamland. You just like can't. For now, I'm going to put Return to Dreamland above Amazing Mirror, and then I might change that later. We'll see. Kirby's Epic Yarn. Kirby's Epic Yarn is a really good game. I really like this one too. I'm not sure if it goes quite up to A tier. Again, it's been ages since I last played through it all the way, but it's just such a chill experience. I really like the yarn aesthetic. I like the fact that it like does something different from the usual copy ability fare that you get with most Kirby games. I do know the 3DS version has copy abilities, which I think I've never played the 3DS version, so I can't really speak on that front. But I did play the Wii version, and I really loved it. It's such a chill experience. Like, I would absolutely recommend it for those who have never played it. I'm gonna throw it top of B tier for now. I might throw it up to A later. We'll see. Kirby Star Allies. A lot of people find this game underwhelming, but in my opinion, from what I played of it back in like 2018, 2019, I think it's good. B tier. Is it simple? Yeah. Is it easy? Hell yes. Did I have like no problem at all getting all the collectibles and like beating the main story mode? Yes, but still, I think it has a lot of good going for it, and I really like how they added all of the additional partners and stuff. I also like how they brought back the copy ability combination technique from Kirby 64. The vibe I get from this one is this was essentially what that unreleased GameCube Kirby game was going to be before it became Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Because for those that don't remember, Return to Dreamland was originally supposed to be on the GameCube, and it was supposed to have Kirby like fucking be able to like befriend enemies and like go on adventures with them. My nose is itchy, dude. So yeah, it kind of gives me that vibes, but I don't know. It's a good game. I'd honestly put it just under Kirby's Adventure. It's not bad at all. It's a very fun time. Moving on, we have Kirby's Pinball Land, which is it's a pinball game. I did play it. Did I play a whole lot of it? Not really. But from what I played, I don't really care about it. So games that I don't really care about, C tier. I honestly put it at bottom of C because I don't really care about it. So moving on from a game I don't care about to a game that I actually really do care about. In fact, Kirby Triple Deluxe is honestly, I think, my favorite in the entire franchise. And let me explain why. I remember before Triple Deluxe came out and was announced and everything, like, I thought Kirby's Return to Dreamland was going to be the last Kirby game. I don't know why. That was kind of retarded looking back. So when I got this game and played it, I played the shit out of it. I loved everything about it. And I still go back to play it every now and then too, like the DDD mode. I forgot what the name of the mode is. I'll put the name of it on screen right now, but it's basically similar to Meta Nightmare, where you play as King DDD through like the entire game. And I played that mode so much that I just fucking loved it a whole lot. And also just talking about what this game does right in general. Like, I really like the Supernova. I think they do a lot of cool puzzles and stuff with it. I also really like how 3D is used in this game and how they allow you to switch from the foreground to the background. That was always a really cool ability. There's some really cool new abilities in this one too, like the clown ability. And what's another? Beetle. Beetle is a good one as well. but you get the gist, basically. There's all these really cool abilities. When it's between Kirby Triple Deluxe, Planet Robobot, Kirby's Return to Dreamland, which all have very similar aesthetics and everything, I feel like Kirby Triple Deluxe really takes things up a level in comparison to Return to Dreamland and really just creates more of an experience that isn't just like, oh yeah, Kirby's back, but it's more so just like its own amazing thing. I really love Triple Deluxe so much, and as of right now, it is my favorite game in the entire franchise. I love it so much. And now I'm thinking about it, I'm going to throw a Nightmare in Dreamland up in Pingas Approved as well. You'll see why in a second, because last up, we only have 2 more games left, and I don't think either of them go into Pingas Approved. So yeah. So before we get to the big one I just finished on stream a few weeks ago, let's go ahead and do Kirby Planet Robobot, which is another fantastic game. Though unfortunately, I wasn't actually able to finish this one. I got to World 4 and then kind of just dropped off from there, because I remember when I was playing this game, I got this game Christmas of 2019, and I played it during my break of 2020, which was the worst period of my entire life, but not because of this game, but because I was locked in my head, and those who've seen the videos and clips know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not going to explain that shit here. We're moving on from that, you know. Based off of what I played of this one, it is so damn good. Like, so damn good. Like, honestly, I feel like it probably would be up here if I did finish it. But I'm just going based off of how I feel at the moment. I feel like the Robosuit isn't really as good as like the new abilities in Return to Dreamland, which is just like improved copy abilities. Whereas Planet Robobot kind of feels like Triple Deluxe, just like with the Robo theme. Again, it's really good, but I think I'd still put Return to Dreamland and Amazing Mirror over it, at least for now. I'm probably going to make people mad by doing that, but I haven't finished the entire game. I don't think it'll top Triple Deluxe in my opinion, but still. And that leaves us with the final game on this tier list, Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. So, quick story before I start ranking this game. I was originally going to record this video several months ago, and the plan was to record it before Kirby and the Forgotten Land released. However, when I said I was going to do that, I didn't realize that it was only a couple days from releasing. So I figured, you know what, I'm gonna wait until I actually finish the game before I actually do the tier list. So that's the reason why I held off doing this tier list for as long as I did. I wanted to do it before Forgotten Land came out, but then I didn't realize the time crunch was so short. So yeah, I ended up waiting. So giving my thoughts on that for those that didn't really see my thoughts on stream and stuff. Forgotten Land is a fantastic game from what I played. Just really glad that Nintendo finally decided to release a 3D Kirby game. And for the first 3D Kirby game, it's fucking fantastic. I absolutely loved the upgrade system, the fact that you can upgrade your copy abilities. That was amazing. Like, that stuff was really fun to play around with. Some of it was OP, especially in like the arenas and stuff. Like the volcano fire one in the arena was fucking disastrously good. That was a really cool part. I really like the story as well. I like how this one doesn't really have Waddle Dees as enemies, more so you just gotta like save them and stuff. That was a bit of a change up from the previous Kirby games where most of the enemies you fight are Waddle Dees. So it's basically everything you could want from a Kirby game, especially a 3D one. I wouldn't put it in Pingas Approved in my opinion. However, as of right now, I have a lot of nostalgia for Return to Dreamland, so I don't know if I'll throw it above that. But as of right now, just under it will suffice. You gotta remember, when I'm doing these types of tier list videos, my personal opinions on games are based off of like how I feel about like the story, the gameplay, the music and everything, but also how much attachment I really have to them. So like, while a game such as Kirby and the Rainbow Curse I don't really think is bad, and I could definitely play it all the way through, I don't really have much of attachment to it, so I just throw it in C. Because of that. Whereas a game like Kirby Triple Deluxe, I have so much attachment to, so it gets thrown Pingas Approved simply because of that. Not just because of that, but because I genuinely think it's a fantastic game. A lot of it is based off of personal opinion and nostalgia. This ain't like objective or whatever. It's my opinion at the end of the day. Although you probably could have guessed that from the guy that ranked Sonic 06 above fucking Sonic Colors. I can already hear the pitchforks now. So yeah, that is basically my Kirby games tier list. Let me know in the comments below what you think of my list in particular, whether you agree with my choices or not, whether you think Kirby Planet Robobot should be in Pingas Approved, whether you think fucking Star Allies should be in Trash. Just let me know overall what you guys think and everything. And yeah, I really don't have much else to say other than let's do the usual and run through the tier list in slow frickin' motion. Yeah! You feel it. guess with that, that's gonna go ahead and do it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed as always. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, Luigi fans!